Jewelry is sometimes a good investment and sometimes it's not. The real answer is it depends. It depends on the type of jewelry that you are investing in or that you are purchasing, and actually how you purchase it. So what you purchase, how you purchase, and at the price of which you purchase it at. It is an asset like other assets where if you buy something at a really inflated price, it could still be considered an investment, but it wouldn't be a very good investment. So the first thing is like making sure that you're purchasing it in the market at a decent price, or at least at a market price. Now, jewelry, depending on what type of jewelry, can increase or decrease over the course of time. Good investments or things that typically increase over time would be vintage type jewelry, which I can get into, and also fine jewelry, and also branded jewelry. So what does that mean? So vintage jewelry is typically older jewelry that's more collectible, also typically has, or you should look for, pieces that have gold, precious metals, precious stones. So that would be gold or platinum, sometimes sterling silver, diamonds, sapphires, etc., things like that. So vintage jewelry typically can be a good investment. Also, branded jewelry is usually a very good investment. Something like a Cartier or a Harry Winston piece has historically held really, really strong value and has increased over time. So, vintage, branded, and then also, as I sort of mentioned, fine jewelry. Typically, precious, semi-precious stones, diamonds, gold, platinum, the quality and the intrinsic value of the actual makeup of the piece does matter. So yes, in a lot of cases, jewelry can be an investment, but not always. There are situations where jewelry would not be a good investment. Costume jewelry, for instance, is typically not a good investment. So there's also things that you would want to look out for when you're purchasing jewelry. Some good tips or tricks for looking for a good investment. Of course, you could also have a piece of jewelry that's an investment, but it would be a bad investment. It would go down over time. So you're looking for good investments that will increase in value over the course of time. So tips and tricks to verify that your purchase is going to be a good purchase. Like I said before, you're going to want to make sure that you're buying it at a good price. A lot of times if you overpay for something, that might not end up being a good investment. If you buy it at a good price or market price, then and that would include doing your homework and talking to people and talking to experts and doing some research online and things like that in terms of making sure that you're buying what you think you're buying. You want to look at, a lot of jewelry is stamped. There's stamps on the inside of the jewelry. A ring, for instance, on the inside of the shank will have usually carat characteristic or carat stamp, and other things like that. If it is from a design house or a branded item, it'll have a logo or some sort of branding stamped as well. So you're going to want to really inspect the piece, and if you don't have the expertise to inspect it, you should have somebody, an expert, inspect it for you. So you're going to want to really look at those things. You're also going to want to do some actual pricing research. So once you understand what you're buying or what you have, you're going to want to do some like comparison shopping, almost like you would if you were buying a car. You would want to go online and try to find other items that are really similar to that and see what the pricing is like. And you're going to get a good sense of, hey, is this overpriced or priced at where it should be, and or underpriced, and it's a really good bargain. The other thing too is taking good care of your jewelry. It's really important. A lot of times condition is really critical for an investment. Again, just like a car or other assets, if it gets beat down or overused, heavily used, and is not taken well care of, well, the value of that was going to go down drastically in price. Same thing as with jewelry. If you're not taking care of your items, getting stones checked, getting it cleaned, doing any maintenance that might need to be done, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So I would definitely recommend that as well. So in conclusion, it really does depend on the type of piece that you're buying, whether it is an actual investment or not. But typically, jewelry has been looked at as an investment, and over the course of time, a lot of jewelry has increased substantially in value. So I would recommend looking into it, and it's a nice wearable asset. Thanks for checking us out.